Today, we're looking at a confidential intelligence report that outlines a dramatic and potentially historic escape plan for Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. According to reporting shared with The Times in the UK, this Plan B would be activated if nationwide protests continue to escalate and if Iran's security forces can no longer control the country. Khamenei, who is 86 years old and reportedly in declining health, would flee Tehran with a small inner circle, around 20 people. That includes family members such as his son and likely successor, Mojtaba Khamenei, along with key aides and security figures. The report says assets have already been positioned abroad, including cash and property, to make this escape fast and secure. And the primary destination? Moscow. Why Moscow? Because of long-standing cultural and strategic ties, Khamenei's admiration for Vladimir Putin, and Russia's track record of protecting embattled allies. Analysts even say the plan mirrors the model used when Bashar al-Assad was sheltered during his crisis in 2024. This plan would only be triggered if the Islamic Revolutionary Corps or Iranian security forces fail to crush unrest or begin defecting. That possibility highlights just how worried the regime is about collapsing loyalty, a shattered economy, and Khamenei's fragile health. Former intelligence analysts argue that Russia is likely the only real safe haven for Khamenei, meaning he may have nowhere else to go. So what's driving the crisis? As of January 5, 2026, protests have entered their 8th straight day, spreading across more than 100 cities. They began over crushing economic pain, soaring inflation, a collapsing currency, and widespread shortages. Crowds have chanted death to Khamenei, while security forces have responded with force. Rights groups report dozens dead and hundreds arrested. While these protests are smaller than massive uprisings in 2019 or 2022, the anger is deeper and the regime is clearly worried. On social media, rumors are spreading about escape scenarios, internal cracks, and opportunities for foreign powers. And that's important because both the US and Israel have long sought to weaken or remove Iran's theocratic regime, but past efforts, from sanctions to covert strikes to maximum pressure campaigns, have failed and often backfired. They've strengthened nationalism and tightened the regime's grip. Today, Washington and Israel may see an opening because Iran's regional allies are weaker. Hamas in Gaza is battered, Hezbollah has taken heavy losses, and the Houthis have been unusually restrained after truces and pressure. Some analysts now describe this moment as a rare window to strike at the heart of Iran's power structure. But what if regime change did happen? Best case scenario, Iran might pivot away from nuclear escalation, reduce proxy wars, and ease global oil pressure. Worst case, a power vacuum, civil war, regional chaos, and even ethnic fragmentation, with Kurds, Baloch, and Azeri regions seeking autonomy. And looming over everything is the strategic choke point of the Strait of Hormuz. Any conflict there could send oil to $150 a barrel and shake the global economy. Would this spark World War III? Experts say not likely, but regional war, cyber conflict, and proxy escalation are far more realistic. So right now, the world is watching Iran's streets, Iran's leadership, and Iran's allies. Because if Ayatollah Khamenei ever activates Plan B, it would mark one of the most significant political collapses in the Middle East in decades.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.